What it do, y'all? It's your boy, the Franchise Kid, Franchise Jerry, and you are now tapped in with another episode of Wrestling with Exotics. And I got my dog with me.
Think I need to feed you water.
And we are going to be talking about the 2023 Elimination Chamber. The show started off with the Women's Elimination Chamber, featuring Carmella, Asuka, Natalya, Liv Morgan, Raquel, and Nikki Cross. Her drunk ass. As we all expected, Asuka got the win, and she will be facing Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. That's going to be a good one, but you already know who going to win that.
Yeah.
Don't go against the grain, bro. You know Bianca going to take that. This was a decent match. I just wish that it was more physical. I felt like that was what was really lacking, and I noticed that WWE changed the format and their environment a little bit, so that was probably a product of that. But I will say I did like how Carmella made it to the end because she was my dark horse. What did you think about the match, though?
I felt like the match needed more exposure to the structure itself. Like, I know that you guys added a platform to kind of look as though I want to say like the outside of the ring, kind of, you know what I mean? Like then when they peel the mat up and then they expose it to actual just like the plain floor, when they want to like get someone a concussion or write them off in the storyline. I feel like the cage floor should go back to it being just like chain, just like how it was in that metal grate, because it just adds more to the flair of the match. Like
Yeah.
you can't go from watching like classic wrestlers and Hall of Famers like Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, and future Hall of Famers John Cena wrestling in that structure
Yeah.
to get hyped for the match, and then you go and watch this and you're like, something's missing.
Yeah, bro, like when old wrestlers talk about this kind of match, they say how the structure is intimidating.
Yeah.
The environment is intimidating. And this one kind of just looked like it was bubble wrapped for kids.
Yeah. It
You know what I mean?
It just looked very like childish in a sense. And I feel like WWE, I understand you guys don't look out for the performer's body, but I feel as though you still could do that and just make I don't know, just do something, revamp it a little bit, because you guys had this chamber for, I want to say, around 6 years, because you reinvented it 2017, and Bray Wyatt won the first one that you guys revamped. But I feel like this one, it just missing something, bro.
Yes, it was. It just wasn't as physical as all the other ones, bro.
The following match on WWE's premium live event was Bobby Lashley taking on Brock Lesnar. Now, bro, this match was a rubber match to see who's the best. Who really liked that? You know what I'm saying? And Bobby been low-key showing weeks, nigga. I'm like that. You keep dissing me talking about Bobby who, and I know you want to call me a nigga. You just won't say it. But
Right.
you saying every time you say my name, it's like something misses, like you skip a beat or you pause, and you're just like, Bobby, what you gotta say, Brock? And honestly, Brock showed his true colors in this match, bro, because Bobby showed I could go toe-to-toe with you. I could use my
All
strength
day.
against your strength, and you can't stop me.
All day.
To
And
the
it
point-
didn't look like he was getting out that hurt lock anytime soon.
At all, because he's in the dead center of the ring, too. So it wasn't like, though, oh, I almost made it, I just gave him something to fuck you up. No, I've shredded. I need a life jacket. Help me.
Right. He's got me. Because Bobby was also stanced up. Like, Brock wasn't dragging him nowhere or nothing.
He's looking for Paul.
If I'm being honest, bro, this match was whack as fuck. It was going cool, and then Bobby puts that lock on him, and Brock takes the easy way out by kicking him in his nuts. And I'm like, bro, that's not how we want to see this come to an end.
I want a decisive winner.
But I will say I'm happy that Bobby is now really taking the lead in this series. He's 3-1 against Brock Lesnar. And everybody's swearing up and down that Brock is better than Bobby. But I was telling my boy here earlier, it's all about the opportunity you get. And Brock Lesnar gets a lot of favoritism that Bobby didn't get. For example, when WWE should have gave Bobby Lashley a WWE championship, they gave him an ECW championship instead. The show goes off the air. He comes back to the main roster, gets a U.S. title, and then never sniffs main title again. Brock Lesnar, he has only competed for main titles. Only. He has never competed for a U.S. title. He has never competed for an Intercontinental title. So it's all about the favoritism and the opportunities that these wrestlers get. And if Bobby had the same opportunities that Brock had,
he'd be same place.
Same place.
If not better.
And Brock realized that, which is why he kicked Bobby in the nuts to get out of this match. Because like I said, he wasn't getting out that lock anytime soon.
No, that's too much for him.
They got to run this back, bro. You know they got to run this back. And I'm pretty sure they'll do it at WrestleMania. But this time, it's got to be no disqualifications.
Yes, and also we got to mention Bray Wyatt said the winner of this match, he's coming for them. So
yeah, so now we're going to get Bobby Lashley versus Bray Wyatt.
And possibly Brock, because Brock's like, I'm not scared of shit and I'm still not done with Bobby, so fuck you, Bray.
Yeah, a cool spinoff to this story would be if Brock Lesnar joins Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy. Like, imagine that.
Like, he just links up with them, like, backstage, like, sup?
Ain't nobody stopping that faction. And especially if Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar wanted to team up, bro, who's stopping them?
That'd be crazy as fuck. No one would see that coming.
Hell yeah. If I was Bobby, though, I would get the Hurt Business back together because knowing Bray Wyatt, you don't know Bray Wyatt. You don't know what to expect from him.
And he already been watching just cause I feel like Bray watched everybody just to have like, okay, I might have to fuck with you, so let's see what your vibes are, let's see what your pet peeve, what your weaknesses are,
yeah.
And I'm gonna start talking about them. Also, I just want to mention Bobby dominated Brock to the point that he had to low blow him, like how he mentioned Bobby was in the stands, he couldn't be moved. And it just like he's like an anchor, like a force that Brock. It's literally like Brock going against himself because he's like, I'm the one that dominates. I'm the one that has people like need to do shortcuts.
You can see Brock trying to move forward, but Bobby's like, nope, we're right here.
It's over.
We're right here, man.
He's like, I did an extra couple sets this whole week just to work out for this shit, boy.
Hell yeah.
Over with. You over with. We showed it. I already flipped you on Monday. You done.
It's curtain call. Up next, we got the Men's Elimination Chamber featuring Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Austin Theory, and my dog, my twin, Montez Ford. Unfortunately, my twin did not get the win. I will say this won't be his last title opportunity, though, because that performance that he put on right there, bro, showed everyone why he's title material. He's exactly what they looking for, bro. He climbed up on the very top of the fucking gate, did the Spider-Man pose, and then dropped down on everybody. Like, he's creating moments every time he's in a match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, whether he's by himself or not.
Yes, sir. But this takes me to my winner of the match. Austin Theory retained his United States Championship against 5 other competitors. And you know Vince McMahon was somewhere in the background, hyped, smiling his ass off.
He's like, you guys thought you didn't like this.
But doesn't matter how he did it. The fact of the matter is he did it. The match itself was great, though. It was filled with a lot of great moments, like seeing Seth Rollins team up with Johnny Gargano and beating Austin Theory up in that pod. That shit was hilarious. Another great moment from Montez Ford was seeing him do multiple swanton dives out the ring onto the competitors, bro. Like, I was like, bro, this man is a walking highlight tape.
No cap.
Walking highlight tape, man. Another great moment, bro, was seeing Logan Paul come in and do Seth Rollins bogus. I'm like, who the fuck let him in? He snuck his way into the match and hit Seth with a buckshot lariat.
Bro, I knew this shit was a setup. I knew Montez was faking that fucking injury. That shit was a setup. It was a fucking setup. Ain't nothing wrong with you, Taz. Logan Paul paid you off a little bit of that money. You know you got good acting, selling skills. You said fake, get faint. Just start acting crazy, and then they gonna send us out some more refs. I'ma sneaking through the door. I'ma hit Seth with that shit. Maybe even a little curb stomp it out. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that shit was legit. I thought he was really hurt, but hey, that's some good strategy by Logan Paul.
Bro, it just make too much sense, bro. Because it's like that nigga Montez is mocking him low key, so I don't think he's the biggest Seth fan. There's a little extra skrilla on the side from Logan Paul. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if let's say Ted's never had that shit, because bro, what are the odds?
Mm-hmm.
How he just creep in there so
So
perfect.
cool. I was like, yo, what the hell? It looked like he'd been there the whole
Whole
time the way
time.
he came up.
And they didn't even. It's not even like something they like. Usually WWE likes to just Logan Paul's in the building or someone like he had a little interview and Seth interrupted his interview. Like, ha ha ha! I got a championship to win, and he comes out here like, oh, you shouldn't have told me about that shit.
Right.
So this is like Logan going on his way to fuck with Seth. I'm not for this because if Seth does not win this match, this is a big disrespect by WWE. And I don't fuck with that because Seth deserves to be in the main event of WrestleMania. He deserves to be held high in high esteem, just like Roman. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like he was shot out first in that trajectory, but it was hard for him because
And he accomplished a lot of shit before Roman did too, as well. So
yeah,
like, I feel like that's probably why he's in this position he's in right now.
exactly. And he's like, it's like I don't think he peaked too early. I feel like you guys kind of like put him on a back burner ever since he had that knee injury when he tried to do that sunset flip.
It seems as soon as he got hot and everybody started singing his music and shit, that's when they started hoeing him the most.
Yeah, because they're like, okay, we were worried that maybe you're floundering because the internet wrestling community is just looking at you like, Seth, what's wrong? You're not who you used to be. But I feel like he's at this point now where he's like a Chris Jericho esque in the sense of he doesn't necessarily need a belt. The belt doesn't define the man that he is as a character, as a wrestler. So he can get away with being the best him, and that's great enough. But
Yeah, he's like a champion in himself.
but he wants a championship because it's gonna put
It's yeah,
stamps that
it
shit. You know what I'm
stamps it.
saying? So I'm like, I want you to not lose to him, Seth. I don't care what you have to do. By the time this video comes out, I hope that you see this and you're able to really think about this shit. Like, Roman didn't lose to him. Why do I have to? And I understand that Roman's a tribal chief, and I'm a huge Roman Reigns fan, but it just doesn't make sense for you to lose to him. It's gonna devalue your character in a sense. And I know I would rather you put on a clinic with him, like because I know you're a big Logan Paul fan, and
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather it be a real good ass match because we haven't seen a real good ass match besides Roman. So like, put on another good ass match, but you gotta lose, Logan. You can't just
Yeah,
be you can't beat Seth.
I'm all for him losing the set. But what I want to see from Logan Paul, I want to see him beat Austin Theory for that United States Championship because he has the move set to do it. He's believable, and I feel like it'll really legitimize him being in wrestling because there's a narrative going around that he's just doing this shit for fame. I'm sorry for people out there who don't know Logan Paul. He's not just somebody that just came out the blue or something. This man has plenty of fame and plenty of money. All right, he didn't need WWE for none of this shit. He's in WWE and wrestling because he genuinely loves this shit. He always wanted to do this shit since he was a jit. So I don't like people trying to take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody does a buckshot lariat that clean that don't love wrestling. I love wrestling to death. Y'all know. Y'all subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this video right now if you
For
ain't
sure.
doing it yet. Y'all know I love wrestling. Y'all know he love wrestling. But we not about to get in there and hit a nigga with a buckshot lariat or
No.
trying to get slammed. None of that. This is our lane right
We're
here.
here, right
We're
here.
good. You know what I'm saying? So nah, to really go out there and do what he's doing, you don't just do that
You
for
gotta have a
money or just
passion
do
for
that.
it.
Yeah, that's bro. That shit is deep for real.
And even if that too, I just look at it like Logan puts in time in the performance center. He's worked on this shit too, so it's not like he has necessarily a wrestler that he's gonna be working with on screen. And they're taking him under his wing, and then he's just working with them. Like they fake showed that with the Miz, but that wasn't really the case because look at Logan Paul moveset and look at the Miz moveset. He's doing shit the fucking Miz could never
Could
do.
never do. The
So
Miz
so
is not jumping from the ring to the announce table.
yeah,
It's
like
not happening.
because he didn't have the build or athletic ability to. It's just like Logan Paul has the moveset and he has the wrestling ability, but I just feel like
And he got the look.
he got the look, but he's just like, no, not yet, Junior. That's what Chris Jericho would say. Let Seth go over at Mania, especially because he doesn't have the best WrestleMania moment I have for Seth. It's him competing for a mid card title, honestly, because I don't only count him cashing in because that was like unexpected, like, oh wow, and because they were trying to do shit with Roman. The one match he had against Finn Balor, it was Finn Balor and what is it? Who was it? It was WrestleMania 34. I'm not too sure, but the triple threat, he dominated that match, bro. It was really good to see.
Think about it like this, bro. Seth obviously losing to Austin Theory doesn't look good, but Seth losing to Austin Theory for the United States Championship, okay, cool. Because that means Seth is going to set his sights on the WWE Championship. You know what I'm saying? And that's the title that he's been trying to capture and get back to, and he's been talking about on numerous podcasts. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't necessarily look at it as a bad thing. I feel like they're saving him to take the belt off of Roman because honestly, I don't think anybody else deserves it. And I couldn't picture anyone else doing it. And the only person that has actually had a legitimate win over Roman Reigns throughout this entire 900-day plus reign is Seth Rollins. It was by disqualification. But why? Because you possibly scared of Seth Rollins? Or because you know that he's possibly... No, he didn't choke him out. He literally didn't even choke him out. He just wouldn't let go. And it's because you knew he was a threat to that title for real. It took one stomp. Like any other wrestler, it's probably going to take a couple of those finishers to take Roman out. Like how we was talking about for Cody, it's probably going to take 3 crossroads to take Roman out. Seth, it's probably going to take 1 or 2 stomps, and that's going to be curtains. So I hope that that's what's in the works, that WWE is saving Seth Rollins to take the title off of Roman Reigns, because that would be the only believable way I would expect Roman losing those belts for real, because we don't even see him losing those belts to Cody Rhodes at Mania.
Yeah, I don't see that. Like, I'm a huge Cody Rhodes fan myself, and I'm a huge Roman Reigns fan, and I don't see it, because I feel like everyone sees that, like, Cody has this moniker. He's saying, "Finish the story." He can push it out until like the summer, and he's like, WWE hasn't had a baby face like him to where they can people naturally want to get behind. So if he is hold at WrestleMania, it's only gonna make people fuck with him even more.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, he's still uncrowned champ. We gotta finish the story. When is he gonna finish the story?
Yeah, and they might save that for SummerSlam.
Exactly. So, and SummerSlam is gonna be in Detroit, Michigan this year, and it's gonna be at the Ford Field. The last time WWE was in Detroit was for WrestleMania 23.
Let me ask you this though, bro. Would you rather see John Cena and Austin Theory or Logan Paul and Austin Theory? Because you know, if it's John, they're going home.
I'd rather see Logan Paul, and I didn't even need you to say that because of that reason. It just at this point now, I don't need John competing for the mid card title. You know what I mean?
No,
you already did that shit towards the end of your career, and I knew once you.
That's like a teaser. Yeah, we want to see you go for the WWE.
I'm like, I just want to see you be 17, bro. Like,
yeah, like if you're here for any other reason, that's bullshit. Why the fuck are you here then?
Yeah, like why? Like why?
What are you doing here? Like, the champ is here. You haven't been the champ in years. So why the fuck are you here?
Bro, I just be concerned for him. Like,
you come back here and you lose matches and you put niggas over and you look weird and you got a bald spot. You're embarrassing me, John.
Come on, just do better. I just feel like John need to just really remember the essence of who he is. Like, fuck that character, like acting shit that you're on right now. Cause
yeah, fuck that acting shit. That acting shit got you on that freaky shit, bro. They out here trying to get you to do all the gay stuff that they can. They putting holes in your butt to get you drunk. They dressing you up as a female. They having you say little freaky shit that involves men. Like, bro, that's not the 16-time GOAT. Ric Flair don't be out here talking about none of that shit. Come on, man.
Damn. He just be doing the work. He be doing it all now, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, John, you need to come on back. Because that ain't your realm. And you was supposed to go to Hollywood, but you wasn't supposed to be there that long. That wasn't the
Oh
deal,
my
bro.
God, Johnny doing the works. You know, he's doing the works. He just doing whatever.
Oh my
I'm
god.
so scared for him. So scared for him.
I just need that shit to stop,
I
bro.
just want John Cena to come back to prominence, bro. He
And
had
if John Cena is not competing for a WWE championship, we do not want to see John Cena on television.
no, not at all.
Not at all. Cause what the fuck?
They're gonna make
Finish the
he
story.
finished the story, bro. Doing weird shit. He doing a lot of weird shit, bro. No cap. No cap. And now it's time for our main event of Elimination Chamber. It was Sami Zayn taking on Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Championship.
And let's just say Roman definitely made sure his ticket was punched for WrestleMania.
No kiddie. Now y'all know I'm with the ones from the jump. The Bloodline, the Usos, my dogs. I fuck with Sami Zayn, but I really don't fuck with him like how I fuck with Roman and the Usos because really and truly, yeah, he added a flair and a greatness of it, but you couldn't add something to if it wasn't something to begin with. And that shit, that just proves to me because I remember for years it was always teased that Roman would team up with his cousin and they'd be called the Bloodline, and then to see the shit come to fruition and then like it takes off. I don't care if they want to say we had added this or that. That's Roman and his cousin shit, and that's from facts. Because even when it was just him and Jimmy, and it's him, Jay, and Jimmy, it was that's the bloodline of
Yeah.
itself. You know what I'm
Even
saying?
though this shit was built on disrespect,
Mm-hmm.
this is still probably one of the greatest factions in all of wrestling, bro.
For real, bro. Because if you think about it, they're all family and they all held championships. And even at that, they kept Sammy focused on keeping their championships and have him not focused on shit.
Yeah.
Now it leads us to tonight. He couldn't like. I know he not beating Roman. Like what the fuck? Roman at this point where he's like, I was a nice guy. I knew I was at that point, Sammy, where you were. I had to put down a nice guy, Daniel Bryan back then, and they booed me for that. So this
Hell
is
yeah.
nothing new to me.
Speaking of boo, they was hitting Roman with the fuck you Roman chants. Mad loud. Like WWE couldn't even censor it because normally like it would still like, have that little second of silence,
Yeah,
but it was just relentless, so they couldn't.
they couldn't do it at all, bro. And honestly, leads me to my next point. We previously mentioned, I believe it was off camera, right? But how Roman's not gonna retain at WrestleMania. Even though I'm a huge Cody Rhodes fan, I still don't see like why y'all just gonna play around with the 1,000-day reign and stop it at 900. And I just
Or
feel
something lame like 934 or
yeah, some
58 or something
yeah,
like
like that. So I just feel like Roman's gonna hold it down until like maybe SummerSlam, and and Cody has the moniker finish the story. So it's like, what better is it's about the journey, not necessarily the destination, but the destination is a part of the journey. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? So
that. Yeah.
Cody could be like, "Oh guys, I came up short," and he cut, and I could just see that because Cody cut such emotional ass promo. So like the night after WrestleMania, he doesn't have it. Well, looks like we didn't finish the story, the guy. We still got to do the work. And then it's just like someone comes out and see, overhyped, and he had to prove himself again until he restores another amount of legacy to his family.
Yeah, because Cody covered straight from AEW and winning the WWE Championship is crazy. That doesn't sound like.
It just sounds like it's like I said, I'm a huge Cody Rhodes fan, but even then, I'm like the more I'm is getting here, I'm like no one's really addressing the fact. Everyone just like saying Roman's gonna drop it, and I'm like, why do y'all all think that? Everyone said Roman's gonna drop it in Cardiff to Drew because his hometown stadium, 77 some thousand.
No, that sounds drunk.
That sounds crazy as hell. I'm like, Roman's gonna walk off on that Hollywood shit, and he's like, "Yeah, we going Hollywood, motherfucker, because I'm about to win. I'm about to go Hollywood in a few months. But right now, while we in this bitch, while we spend all this money on me, put me on the promotion, put me on the billboard, on the semis, got me. More, tell me if you haven't been seeing Roman more on TV recently than ever right now. And he low key addressing Cody, but he really not. He not worried about him, bro.
No, and he's for sure gonna step on him. I do want to mention in this match an interesting part was when Jey Uso came out of nowhere and stopped Roman from hitting Sami with that chair. And Roman pretty much gave Jey the chair and was like, go ahead, do it. And before Jey could even make a decision, Roman was getting mad and muffed his ass. And I thought for sure right then and there Jey was about to pop off and beat Roman's ass, but Sami ended up spearing Jey out of nowhere on accident. So we don't really know what Jey's actual position is in this whole story now. But I feel like he's going to end up going with Sami and he's going to end up turning on Roman because, like I mentioned earlier, this shit was built on disrespect. Roman was dissing the fuck out of Jey to start this whole bloodline shit in the first place. And now Jey has his brother, Solo, Sami, and possibly Kevin Owens to take down Roman. I could just see it going bad for Roman. So this shit started with disrespect and it's going to end with disrespect. Overall, I thought this match was a good way to end the show, but how the match ended, I thought was pretty awkward. It left a lot of questions, and the biggest one being, what is Sami Zayn gonna do next? You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's just gonna go back to wrestling for mid card titles, and that's just how he's gonna end his career. And he's just gonna go ahead and fade back to black. What did you think about this match, bro? And also, what did you think about what I just said?
Honestly, I think this match was a smooth 3 out of 5 because really, what did you expect from it? It tried to give it that like feel like Sammy's gonna come back and win, but like I mentioned previously, I knew Sammy's not beating Roman. I don't give a fuck. I feel like Roman, honestly, he put Sammy over in a different aspect. Like, okay, I'll give you a longer match, and like I won't do you as bad as I did Kevin.
Yeah, it
But
won't be like a 5 minute match.
yeah, it won't be a 5 minute match. You can tell a little story and shit like that, but you know you're not gonna beat me, right? He's like, yeah, you made me break character a couple times, but this is like some real like legendary shit that I'm on, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about your feel good story because
Yeah.
I was too busy trying to. I put it like when I was being a dickhead and not and trying to be a good guy, and they had me go over against someone who was in your same position. It didn't work out for me anyway. So if I embrace just being a dickhead, I'm gonna do better. It's like they're already gonna hate me, so might as well kill you off in front of your family and your friends, in front of everybody in this Montreal setting. And I just feel like Sammy, I don't know what's next for you because I understand why you said you feel weird because it's just like you put yourself in this awkward position because you didn't have like a championship going in, so it wasn't like you couldn't be at the press conference like, yeah, this is
And
Sammy.
you've never competed for a WWE championship before. So like
Yeah,
seeing you in this position was kind of crazy and it felt like it was forced. And at the same time, look at you. Like no disrespect, but like Sammy himself said it. He know he don't fit that mold, that build. Like you're a scruffy dude. Like look at your beard and your long hair and you're covering up a bald spot and you're quirky, kind of hairy and just like that's just not what they looking for, bro. So we knew off the rip what time it was.
no cap. So it's like Sammy, you gotta go back to the drawing board. You gotta like really look at what's important to you. Do you? Yeah, he really has to look at it, bro. Like, okay, Kevin Owens was a Universal Champion, not the WWE Champion, but he was still one of the big dog champs, and he held the belt. How what's separating you from Kevin? And I feel like Sammy look you better. You know what I mean? What
He
is
is better.
what does it have to do with your character that's making you not get that nod?
I would say back in the day he was a tick better than Kevin Owens, but as of today, I would say Kevin Owens is a little better than Sammy because Kevin Owens just looks like okay, I could still put a WWE Championship on him and it'd be cool. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Sammy, it'd be like okay, this would be a
See, but this is
3 month
this is a
run.
telling like Cinderella type story vibe.
Yeah, yeah, and it probably wouldn't even last as long as Kofi's.
I don't see it doing that.
Yeah. This pay per view was decent though. I thought the chamber matches could have been way more intense, bro.
No
It
cap.
felt like something was missing the entire way. The match I actually wanted to see ended lame, but I know for sure we're gonna get that rematch at WrestleMania between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. We got to. It can't end like that.
It just makes too much sense.
And even though theoretically Bobby won this series, if we're doing it best 3 out of 4, you know what I'm saying? But it's best out of 7. So hey, Bob just got to keep doing what he's doing. And this ain't no LeBron shit. Brock is not that. He's not coming back from this, and Bobby's gonna take hold of that. There was so many great performances in this pay per view. If we're being honest, it wasn't as good as Royal Rumble, but there was still a lot of standouts like Montez, Austin, Logan, Liv, Asuka. I'd say Roman and Sami, but we expected their match from beginning to end. You know what I'm saying? But I'm excited for WrestleMania, and there's gonna be so many great matches this year, bro. What'd you think about the overall pay per view?
Overall, I rate this pay per view at 3 out of 5 stars. I had a lot of bright spots, but it kind of like it disappointed me in a sense because I had expectations for some things and it just did not meet those expectations, especially just like you noted with the chamber matches. Didn't have enough intensity, wasn't enough highlighting of how just dangerous
Yeah,
this chamber was, this structure is. I feel like it's more so like the commentators, theirs more hyping it up than the actual wrestlers.
yeah.
And I feel like I saw a lot of poor spot choices for Raquel.
Didn't you feel like this chamber was kind of rushed too? Like it was just kind of put together last minute.
Yeah, I feel like
Just the way the
elimination.
storylines played out
Yeah,
and whatnot, you know?
Elimination Chamber is low key supposed to be like heated rivalry. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
like finally I'm gonna get you in the chamber, but it's like we got other motherfuckers around too, so like gotta use some of this rage out on them too. And that was not that. This is
Yeah,
like
it
they're
didn't
all
feel like that.
they didn't feel like they all had that intensity. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to have like everyone's desperate
Right.
because everyone feels like they're in danger, but at the same time, everyone feels like they got a chance to win the championship or go for that number one contendership. You know.
Yeah, I felt like it was just, I don't want to say some bullshit, but I mean, we didn't even see eliminations until everybody was all the way in the ring in
Yeah,
both
and I
matches.
never was like that before.
Mm-hmm. I was like, damn.
I do not like that. This is not the Royal Rumble. As far as Sami Zayn goes, like we said earlier, we don't know where his character is gonna go. I honestly just I want to see him not compete for anything at WrestleMania. But if he is gonna go against Uso for the tag team championship, that shit would be so corny. Because
That should be whack as fuck.
Jay Loki's on his side. You've seen the body language, so it would just be whack as fuck. To like, what you gonna do? Like, make him and his brother not have like the same cohesion because he low key siding with Sammy and Jimmy's with Jay. I mean, Jimmy's with Roman. I just feel like that'd be dumb as fuck. You shouldn't try to split the Usos up, especially like the part of the reason I love the Bloodline so much in this whole storyline is like it solidified the Usos as certified Hall of Famers, and like you know they only would have that nod if the New Day was like, I feel like, yeah, how could you forget them? They had our classic match with us, you know what I'm saying? That's why I needed them to beat the New Day streak because New Day was going regardless. They getting chances to host WrestleMania, do all this stuff, campaign. Usos never got that. You see them finally
Yeah,
getting
at
caught
the
for
same
time.
time, like Roman, I don't feel like the Usos deserve that. I'll tell you a team that really deserves those titles though after them is the Street Profits. Because why is this great tag team, two black men, consistently getting hold when they should definitely be beating these aging Usos? Like the last 2 times they went against the
They
Usos
should
for
have
those
won.
titles, bro, we expected them to beat the Usos and win because it's just like, what the hell? Montez Ford is clear cut, clear as day, better than both of them. So, and Dawkins, even though he don't look the best, he's still better than at least Jay. So I'm like, bro, what is really going on? The Street Profits should definitely be up for title shots, and I would love to see them have one at WrestleMania.
That'd be dope.
I don't think it would be that bad if the Usos lost the belts before Roman, but that will start the breakdown of the bloodline for sure.
Yeah, for
I feel
sure.
like it's gonna start with their belts.
We got to start with the Usos belts because then he gonna start being passive aggressive to them. Be
Yeah.
like, are we looking like the ones?
We ain't looking. Y'all just got one belt now, or no belts now? Like, oh yeah, Roman a trip on him, and I told y'all the disrespect ain't gonna last long. I promise you that.
He not gonna keep going for that shit.
No, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen this week on SmackDown because, like I mentioned earlier, Roman muffed Jay, so we're gonna see what side Jay is really on this week. Y'all make sure you tap into SmackDown.
We know we will be.
And with that being said, that's going to bring our show to a close. We appreciate everybody out there for watching and subscribing to Wrestling with Exotics. Again, it's your boy, the franchise kid, franchise Jerry, and I got my dog with me.
Think I need a Fiji water.
Yes, sir. Again, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Share the shit with the world, y'all.
And turn your post notifications on so you know every time we drop a track. Peace.